Hey boys and girls, it's good to see you again. For our second video lesson, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about still lifes. Still lifes are a type of art that a lot of artists created, and they use still lifes to practice their skills, but we're going to be looking at Henri Matisse's still life specifically. So I'm going to show you a couple of his images coming up, and then I'm going to be showing you my still life, how I draw it and add color, and then we're going to check in with Mrs. Cunningham and see what she's done in her studio. So let's get going. A still life is a group of objects that the artist arranges to draw or paint. The artist gets to decide the composition or how everything is placed together. The artist usually picks objects or elements that are important to them in their daily life. You may notice that Matisse's paintings often feature goldfish. It is said that Matisse featured goldfish in his work because he believed that they were peaceful and calming and that they brought good luck. For my still life, I decided to pick a couple of things that are important to me right now while I'm at home. I have a picture of my dog, Sadie. I have one of my plants, some books that I'm reading, and of course, my paint set that I use in my art journal. Along with those things, I place some sculptures that I have in my studio space and some lights. Now, even though you see my hand moving very quickly in this video, I actually spent about 25 minutes on this drawing, and I'll talk you through the process in just a minute. Hey boys and girls, so you just watched my video of me doing kind of my first initial sketch of my still life over here. And if you're wondering what this fancy contraption is, this is what I use to put my phone in to do these recordings. So when you're watching the view where you can see my hands underneath my camera, my phone is up here, and that's how I'm doing my recordings. So it's kind of fun. So I wanted to catch up with you and share a little bit about kind of what I was thinking while I was working on this. It was really hard for me. Really hard. Drawing is not my strong suit. And I don't practice it enough, so that's probably why it was tough for me too. But that's why doing still lifes is pretty important, because we get to practice a skill that maybe we're a little uncomfortable with. So I'm going to leave this here, take a break from it, and then when I come back, maybe this evening or tomorrow, I might see some stuff that I missed or kind of see the shapes a little differently. But that is one thing that when you're doing still lifes, you have to pay attention to. Drawing it how you see it, not how you want to see it. Like if you noticed, my composition, or where my viewpoint ends here, it kind of cuts off right at the eye level of that picture back there. So I may want to draw the whole picture of my dog in here, but that's not how I see it, or that's not how it's fitting on my paper. So that is one thing you need to pay attention to. Another thing is paying attention to the shapes. And you saw probably my hand kind of change the shape, because when I moved on to drawing something else, I could tell that I had drawn the shape not quite realistically for some other objects. So just stick with it. Like I said, it was tough for me, but I'm glad I stuck with it, and I'm going to keep working on it. This morning I woke up and I began adding color with watercolor to my still life. The more color I added, the more I began to like it, and the objects came to life. For some areas where paint wouldn't work, I decided to use a little colored pencil. Use what works for you and just stick with it. I hope you have fun, and I can't wait to see your still life drawings when they are completed.
Hi my friends, here we are again. Today's project is going to be a still life. A still life is a painting or a drawing of a group of objects that are composed or put together. Some of the objects might come from nature, like the flowers or the fruit, and some of the objects are man-made, like drinking glasses, my favorite bean pot, and some other items behind me. Still lifes are a very old kind of artwork. They started in the Middle Ages, but they are still practiced today. And the advantage of doing a still life is once you put all your objects together, you can work on it, take a break, and come back to complete it. It's going to take me a little bit of time, and I'm going to show you my progress with pictures. Once I have my drawing and my color added, I will reveal what my still life looks like. In the end, a still life is supposed to catch a little glimpse into somebody's life. Can't wait to see what yours looks like.